Benita, are you there?
Yeah.
Where are you? Yeah, I'd love you to comment. I know you guys are writing in chat. I'd love to open this up to a conversation because in a few minutes, you're all going to go into a breakout room and have a conversation. So I want to get the conversing going. Benita, a thought.
What I was saying in the chat is my life turned upside down completely when I was a child, like completely. And it actually, very ironically, this past year, I found out exactly why.
Yeah.
So it's been an interesting past 6 months, to say the least. But life happened for me because I've always looked back at that time as the experience that really taught me to value education like never before. And it helped me develop creative problem solving skills that I still have to this day. So I always look back and I always say, yeah, that was a really awful experience, one that traumatized me for really decades. Yet at the same time, I've always focused on all the good that came out of it.
Right. And to just throw another word into the mix here, like creativity came out of it, right? You became more creative from it. See, creativity is out of reaction to a circumstance, right? And I know many of you in this organization and are trying to be more creative to get new jobs. And what do I want to? I know many of us, and you're not alone in this, right? In this change in this global situation, many people are in the question of what's next. I mean, my coaching practice has exploded because people are like, what do I want my life to really be about now? Because the way I used to do it is completely changed.
Right. If you don't mind me interrupting you for a second.
Yeah.
I've often said during this pandemic time that, everyone's looked at, the horrible situation, right? Many of us have lost family members or people have lost jobs or whatnot. Right. So yes, if you look at it that way, it's been an awful time. But I often think that, this has actually been a time of opportunity, a once in a lifetime chance to really see how life has worked in the past, what was working, what wasn't working. It's really a second chance of life, if you think about it that way. It's an exciting time, I think. But that's just beautifully said.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful way to think about it. I mean, this may be a little bit of a weird connection, but Steve Jobs, founder of the largest company in the world, whatever you think of him as a person, put that aside. But he did this great speech many years ago at Stanford, and he said, you know what the greatest motivator to the human condition is? Death. Because we don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. I mean, it's horrible to say that, but he literally said to a room full of 20 somethings, right? And we are in this global pandemic of we might, we don't know, right? None of us know if we're going to get through this, truth be told. To your point, Benita beautifully said, we get to decide, well, if that's coming close to me, what do I want my life to be about? Like, well, no kidding.
If you don't mind my saying that, the other thing is those of us who live with chronic illnesses or chronic pain. I've said this before during the 40 plus events, and I've been a past presenter as well, and I've shared this as well during some of my presentations, that for us, this isn't anything new.
Right.
The pandemic really heavily impacted the healthy people who've never had to face the kind of adversity that we face on kind of a daily basis. It's kind of interesting watching how things are unfolding.
Well, it became a global phenomenon, not just a personal model.